Finish him!
We're about to take it back.
Okay. Talking Loud podcast. It's always Diesel, dog. You guys caught me mid-draw, man. Mid-draw. I was about to play this up. But, man, we got a banging episode for you guys today. We got a super cool cat on the show who's no rookie because he's the winner of a few awards. I think if I'm lining him up right, I think it's the 2023 Colorado Connoisseur Cup overall grand champ, the 2023 Cultivate Showdown first place, and I seen homie take this one home, and the 2023 Candy Battle Royale Las Vegas first. So he's all over the place, man. But welcome on to the show, my man, MileHighDave. What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Super happy to have you on the show, man. So, guys, hit that like. We got a lot of great people in the chat already. We got almost 100 people tuned in. Guys, hit that like. We got to have over 100 likes, man. But before we get into anything, MileHighDave, just tell me what's going on. What's up, brother? How's everything going?
I'm just chilling, man, doing what I do. Currently got some a breeding project going with my man Elon, Blockhead Buds. Really looking forward to that. About to pollinate. He sent me some blackberry pollen, so I'm about to pollinate a couple of my winning phenos here next week, as a matter of fact, and looking forward to the results from that.
Wow, man, that sounds friggin' amazing, bro. And I honestly seen like you've been growing some of that fire straight up. So guys, definitely check him out on IG. He's growing a lot of fire, like some of the most beautiful flowers I think I see. All I'm doing is scrolling, bro, and it's just beautiful flowers, beautiful flower, beautiful flower. No wonder you won all those awards, bro. You're growing some of that fire, bro, straight up. So big ups, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. So, guys, like I said, this is a live Q&A as well. We got a lot of people tapped in already. Hit that like if you guys got any questions. You guys want to get an answer. I'm going to try to get an answer for you guys. But, yeah, man, I wanted to, like I always say, I like to start off asking, about the inspiration behind people's names. Because, MileHighDave 420 on Instagram. Guys, like I said, check him out. But what's the inspiration behind that name, bro? That's a pretty dope-ass name.
Thank you. I've just been here in Colorado a little over 15 years now, and kind of just ingrained in the community. I was looking for a name for IG, and I'm in the Mile High City. My name's Dave,
baby. Mile High City, baby.
Exactly. I'm in the Mile High, and my name's Dave, so I just slammed the two together and just I just thought it was a kind of a little play on the old school Dave's not here, man.
I like that, man. A lot of people always say that in the chat too. Dave's not here, but bro, I love the inspiration for that, man.
Right.
I love it, man. And you kind of just put those two names together, slam dunk that shit, man. I love it, man.
Right.
Now, the one thing I also did want to ask, bro, like, we're both out here in Denver, man. And, I seen you out at the Cups recently. I seen you out at Cultivate. Shout out to Cultivate. Great grow store, guys. Definitely check them out, too, if you're out here in Colorado. But, tell us a little bit about how you got into growing. Because, like, you probably did not just start off growing that fire. Like, your first grow is probably not as dank as it looks now. So tell us a little bit about how you started it all off. How did it all start, bro?
Yeah, man. I started off growing, I would say, like, over 25 years ago. I was living in Northern California. I would say the first time I was like serious about growing up, I've had plants before, but they always died. So the first time I actually had a successful crop, I was living in Northern California. I was about 19 years old. Okay. And, a friend of mine was like, come with me. Like we hiked up into the hills and he had some property already like carved out on the hillside out there, and we grew a bunch of outdoor plants, and that's the very first time I ever grew anything successfully was up there. So just from that point I kind of
outdoor. Was that outdoor? Like first outdoor, bro?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
out there on a hillside. We used to hump 5-gallon tanks of water up there, and two of us, two each, and we'd hump the water up there and water the plants. But yeah, that was my first experience growing, was like outside on a hillside on a mountainside.
Bro, that is crazy, dude. Was
Yeah.
it like a gorilla grow, or like was it
Yeah,
anything
that's
cool?
exactly what the fuck it was.
Fully gorilla grow, right?
Bro,
Oh
back
man,
then, because back then it was a hard felony. Like,
straight up.
yeah, the littlest amount, like you go into prison. So, well, I mean, anything over an ounce is a hard felony. So you go, and for growing what we were growing, that's guaranteed jail time. You know what I'm saying?
You're on the
So,
inside. Damn,
yeah,
bro, that's crazy though. But so, how did you find any issues with growing outdoor, like in those kind of situations? Because a gorilla grow, you
we
can't
had it all
control your
fast.
environment, right?
At PM, yeah, no, there's no controlled environment. I was just growing. To me, it was the most fantastic thing in the world at the time. But I we wouldn't even smoke that shit now.
Bro, that is crazy, man. It's probably just like really rewarding, I would say, to look back and see, like you start off like growing in those situations, but you're able to learn a lot from it. So much so that, like fast forward to 2023 and you're growing that fire and taking home awards, bro. Big ups, man.
Thank you. And it's really just I won't say I've always grown steadily the last 25 years, because that would be disingenuous. It's really like I've always grown on and off.
Okay.
I would say like the last 3 years, 4 years, I really like dedicated myself to this. I was able to get a little state license and being able to do my thing on a larger scale, to where I can show people, hey, this is, the quality that I can do. I didn't really realize how good of quality I guess I was growing until I really started matching it up to other people that I would see, and I'd say, well, damn, maybe my stuff is pretty good. So
yeah, they probably
and that's
like
why
recognize that,
right? And that's why I keep going to contests and these contests in different states as well, because I really want to put it to the test. I don't want to be one of those people that sits back and go, I have the best weed, and I never say that. If other people say that, cool, much love to you. It makes me feel great, but I'll never tell myself that, because nothing's ever good enough. I can say that I do have some things that are really exceptional that I haven't seen before or haven't seen in a really long time, and those are the things that I try to go to battle with.
I like that, man. So, okay, that's pretty friggin' interesting, man. And I love that because, like, you're really testing yourself. You're not just sitting back here in Colorado. You want a couple of things and you're like, I'm chilling out. But you're like really pushing yourself.
I'm a 2024 is going to be the same thing, brother. I'm going everywhere I can. Anywhere I can compete legitimately, legally, you will see me there if I can be there.
That's what's up, bro. So I got to ask you, man, how do you pick like what strains you decide to pick to go out to these competitions with? Like, how do you decide what to?
Like I said earlier, something I haven't seen before ever, or something that I haven't seen in decades. Those are the things that I look for. Unique flavor profiles are my number one go-to, because to me, cannabis, is a lot like, or flower is a lot like, high quality food. If you're looking for the best of the best, you're looking for something unique that's going to stimulate your flavor palette. So that's what I like to try to bring. That's what I choose to go to battle with, because it's something different. And I think that's what's going to get, when you're in a competition, you want to get people's attention, right?
Yeah.
So that's the very first thing that gets my attention anytime I see flower is the aroma. So I'm looking for unique aroma. That's something I'm like, oh man, yeah, I want to smoke that. It's never, the look is cool, but the aroma is the very first thing that makes me say,
facts.
I want to smoke that.
Yeah.
So if the aroma and then if the look follows up on top of the aroma, it's like, oh shit, this shit smells crazy and it looks crazy. I definitely want to smoke this. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I'm looking for, man. When when I want to go to competition with, it's something that's ultra unique that I haven't seen before or haven't seen ever, right? Or in a really long time.
I got you, bro. And that's pretty dope, because like I literally dropped a video just this morning. You guys check that out. But I was letting people know what I look for in like my quote unquote keeper strains, like strains that I just want to keep around, because like I'm looking for that gas, And the first thing on my list, bro, was like it's got to smell good. Like if it don't
Right.
pass the smell test, if the nose knows, bro. If it don't pass that smell test, we ain't
Right.
going nowhere. Cause like I want
Right.
to smell it first, and I'm like, okay, this smells good. Let me roll it up and taste it. And that's the only point that I end up getting to even the taste section. You know, like it gotta look and good, but it gotta smell good, bro. Like first off.
Absolutely. And then I'm looking for unique smell, because one thing that I can't stand is the same old flavors. Like, no disrespect to gelato, it's such a top tier strain and such a premier strain, but I try to stay away from anything that smells like that, because there's so much already out there that smells, tastes, looks, has that flavor. And gelato is one of those strains. The genetics are so overpowering. When you cross it to anything, it just smells and tastes like that. So
I know exactly what you mean.
I don't care what you cross, dude. I've grown hundreds of gelato crosses, and they all smell, taste like fucking gelato.
Literally.
So and there's no disrespect to it, man. It's a beautiful strain. I love it. Sherbinsky's the man, but I'm looking for something different. That's not that. Or all those things that you see all the time everywhere. The very common things like the trops. And stuff like that. I'm looking for something outside the box. So I try to grow things that are a little bit different. Nowadays, I'm trying to cross things that are a little bit different as well. So, we can bring some new flavors to the market.
Yeah, that's proper, dude. That's unique as well. Cause like a lot of people, like they cross the same thing and they cross with like 10 different things. And like you said, if it's something strong like that gelato, bro, it's just going to overpower. Everything's going to taste like that gelato, bro.
Exactly.
And like I actually seen someone like drop a comment recently on one of these, I can't remember which beat it was, but they were like, can you stop crossing everything with one thing and like just release some different stuff? Cause like people are starting to get in tune with that. They're starting to pick up on it, and they'd be like, I'm buying all these different crosses. These breeders are dropping all these different crosses.
And they all have the same flavor profile. Dude. I mean, you got names ranging from, chocolate, fucking cupcake mousse to candy, strawberry now and later, and that shit be all tasting the fucking same.
All the same, bro.
All the same flavor profile. So, like, that's one thing about me. If I name something, I try to actually make it like it's actually going to taste like what I say. Or if I give you a descriptor of a flavor profile, it's actually going to be that. I can't tell you how many candy strains I popped in hopes of, it was going to be like the name, and it was nothing like the name. There's no flavor in there at all like the name. So, and even the Dante's Inferno, the one that I keep winning with, that wasn't expected. I didn't expect to find any crazy candy flavors out of that. It just happened to be that. Yeah. And that's kind of how flower works. When you genetically, if you hunt through enough seed, I don't care what it's called, what the cross is, you will find that outlier, something unique.
Facts. Yeah, I feel you on that 100%, man. And I think a lot of people in the chat right now would agree. And I personally love that variety, man. And like, if you guys like that variety too, then definitely support on page. Join up with the ICANN VIP Bean Club, man. The Bean Club is popping. Tons of packages went out a few days ago. December drop was crazy. And that's a great thing. You got tons of variety, man. And you guys won't be growing the same thing all the time. So join up and show some love. But what I did want to say as well, because I seen my homie Hipsters and Hippies drop a great question. Where's everyone checking in from, man? Drop it in the chat and let us know where you guys are tapped in from, man. We probably got people tuning in from all over the world, bro. So let's see where you guys are tuning in from. And I also got a question for you, MileHighDave. It's from Blown Goat. He says, which does he prefer for personal smoke? The Dante's number 6 or the number 8, bro?
I mean, I love the number 8. Don't get me wrong, but the 6 is always going to be my favorite. I mean, there's a reason why she's special. There's a reason why I won 3 blind judging competitions with her. She's bad. So
she's bad.
Like, man, if you like candy, like real candy, cherry sugar flavored concentrate with some skunky rotten fruit twisted in there, she's the one. Wow. And it's like, it's an overpowering aroma. Like when you can have a little bit, I can have like a few zips here open, and it'll just fill the whole house with that smell.
Damn.
And even after you close it up, you could seal it up, whatever, that smell will linger in the air for 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. You gotta let that dissipate.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy how it just leaves the aroma lingering. I'm like, damn, man, it definitely is something special. I've never smelled that smell in a flower before.
Bruh.
So that's what makes me keep trying to go to competition with it.
Yeah, bro. That's probably why it just keeps on winning too, bro. Like, oh my God, man. That sounds like something I need in my garden, bro.
Yeah. Well, the only thing about her is now, so she's sensitive to any environmental stresses and she'll herm real easy on you.
Okay.
So a lot of growers don't like to mess with her.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I've had people grow her and freak out on me. Oh, how do you say this is any good? I grew it and it hermed on me. Well, it's all about it. A lot of it boils down to technique. And if I've worked with her for long enough, I'm totally comfortable growing it. Never really have any issues with herms. I have a few pop up here and there, but I tend to just trim them off. And the overall result is always beautiful.
Boom, boom, boom. That's what's up, man. Man, honestly, that sounds like a winner. That sounds like a straight up keeper. And a lot of people in the chat know about it. Like I've seen it come up a few times in the chat already. So Dante's Inferno is making the rounds and doing some great stuff.
It's funny you say that. So now there's 2 phenos. Like, okay, so when I originally started hunting, I had like 10 phenos in the very beginning that were super fire. And I sold a few here and a few there. And then I had it down to like 3 phenos. And as I was still hunting through them, I hadn't found the number 8 or the number 6 yet. The first one I found that was like really blew up was the number 10. And that's the one that Tiki Man bought from me, as a matter of fact. He calls it his Tiki breeder cut now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after he got the number 10, it was like a week or so later, I found the number 8 and then the number 6.
Okay.
And the number 8 is the one that I put out the most. Like that one had extreme popularity because the look on it was crazy. The plant structure, a lot of people, they wanted it. And and it was more stable than the 6. So pretty much the majority of people who say Dante's Inferno, that's what they've seen as the 8. Majority have not seen the 6 at all.
Wow, bro, that is crazy.
Right.
I would have never even thought that, bro. Thanks for breaking that shit down, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so there's some big difference. Like there's some people out there, oh, I smoked Dante's Inferno. It's all right. It's not all that. Those are the people that have probably had the 8. Though not a lot of people have had the 6. I've only brought it to competition, and it's not, like I said, and a lot of people don't. I don't even really think anybody really grows it anymore besides me because of the stability issue.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So a couple questions then. How do you deal with that stability issue when that environment goes out of whack so easy? Like, do you just have your environment so dialed in that it's not really a problem?
There. Yeah, my environment's super dialed in, and I pay a lot of attention to my plants. I'm in my garden every day. I hand water daily. So I just know, if there's a problem, I'm going to see it early because I'm looking at everything. I spend at least a minute with every plant every day, at least 60 seconds while I'm standing there watering. I'm looking at it. Examine, flip some leaves over, looking for any pressure, any pest pressure, any pathogen pressure, making sure every single plant in the room is clean.
I got you.
As I go through it. And that's why I like to hand water, because there's a lot of, irrigation is cool, but you tend to have a detachment from your garden. You're not in there as much because you just go there, you set the machine, you're like, boom, you look, everything looks good, you're out of there. And there could be a problem brewing and you might not see it because, you're not in there that deep. And people say, and there's people who say, oh, I got 1,000 lights. I can't do that. Bullshit, bro. You can do that. Hire people, get in the garden and go look at everything and make sure shit's good.
Do what you got to do, bro. When there's a window, there's a way.
Spend the time. Spend the time, period. Spend the time and spend the energy, and you will get the results that you want.
Yeah, bro, that is facts. And bro, I honestly, straight up, you're spitting facts. And I was telling you off air, bro, like you're going to be so good at this. You're going to be like, because you've been on quite a few shows already. And on all those shows, I see in the comments, people just say, bro, spitting facts, bro. So you came on here, you're doing the same thing, just spitting facts, bro. I
just try to keep it real. I don't look at myself. I don't consider myself any type of celebrity. I'm just a guy who loves the plant. And I'll share the knowledge as much as I can within reason. I'm not here to give free lessons. I don't have time for that shit, but I will share knowledge, as much as I can to help anybody be a better grower with the plant.
Yeah, that is big, man. That's big. So what I gotta ask you guys to do is share the love just like MileHighDave does, and hit that like button, man. Show some love and hit that like. Let's see how many likes we can get. We got over 200 people tuning in, so you guys gotta run up those likes. We gotta have over 200 likes. We're like, what's going on? What's going on, man? Like, you guys are playing or what? Now, MileHighDave, man, I did want to ask, man, because like I keep saying, you're growing that fire, bro. So what sort of setup do you got? Like, how do you pull that? Are you pulling that under LED or
Yeah,
HPS?
yeah. I run 100% LEDs. I grow in 5-gallon pots.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
5. Okay.
yeah, I run 5 gallons. So a lot of people, I like to do 4 plants a light. I run a lot less plants than a lot of people. A lot of people have, they like to do 9, 10, 12 plants a light. Personally, I don't believe in that for a couple of reasons. I don't believe in the short veg period. I like to veg for at least 4 weeks. And because I believe when you flower immature plants, you get a lower quality product in the end. I don't really, I've tested it over and over again. 5-gallon gives me way better quality than a 1-gallon every day of the week. So, I grow less plants. I grow in 5 gallons, and I just run 100% LEDs. I hand water. I run the Athena Pro line. Guys out there will tell you salts kill the terps, or salts give you cardboard terps. That's 100% false, 100% bro science, 100% nonsense. And I think I've proven that with the competitions that I've won. And if I haven't proven that, I'm going to continue to try to prove that.
Wow, man, that is facts though. Like, I like that because that is so true. And I was actually going to ask, whether you grow organic or synthetic. And I guess you just sort of explained it because I do see you repping that Athena, right? So you're running synthetics like solely?
Yeah, I run 100% Athena Pro line. I don't use any additives. I don't use any microbes. I don't use anything but the Pro line. That's it.
Okay. I got you, man. That's interesting. And the fact is that a lot of people say, organics, you get better taste, but you're entering your flower and winning competitions, bro.
Well, I just won the Candy Battle Royale with the Oreos cross in Vegas. Beat out one of California's top licensed growers. Respect to everybody in the competition. They had all the Skittles crosses and and the Z cross. They all got smacked with an Oreos cross. So if that don't tell you, that a lot of this shit you hear out there is myth when it comes to salts, when it comes to genetics. Trust your instinct. Don't listen to anybody. Listen to what gives you results. If you run salts and you can't get good results, I apologize. Maybe it's not for you. And I will say, not every growing method is for everyone. And, there's 100 different ways to grow this plant successfully. So I'm not going to tell you that my way is the only way, but my way is the way for me.
I got you, man.
Right.
And it's proven success because, like I said, you're winning trophies. You got 3 right off the rip. I mentioned 3 off the rip in the beginning of the show. Come on, there's more to come in 2024, right?
Right. I'm trying. Well, there's a couple more actually on the horizon that I've already put entries to, and I'm also going to be entering into Spanibus this year to compete. So for best indoor flower. So we'll see how that rolls as well. If I can come home with the top spot from Spain, that'd be next level in my mind, achievement. So I'm always striving to, compete in different places anywhere I can. Really, that will have me.
I got you, bro. And shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to High Again, my homies High Again. Great channel, guys. Check him out as well. But they say agree. We've grown both organic and mineral, and Neil and Heaven, they can tell no difference. Like they literally can tell no difference.
Yeah, and my philosophy on growing with salts is I like to have total control of what my plant is uptaking when. And you get that when you grow with salts, when you grow in cocoa or any inert media with salts.
Yeah.
Organic, you can't control those things as much. You can have some control, but you can't really control, exactly what your plant is eating when, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
And I like consistency. I know that with salts, I can repeat the same process over and over and over and get the same results over and over and over. Organics, not so much.
Yeah. It is true, man. Organics is a lot harder to dial things in.
Right.
So speaking of
all respect to my organic guys, brothers out there, I love you all. Y'all grow fire flower.
Facts.
I fucks with you. You know, I'm not telling you that what I do is better. What I'm telling you is what I do is better for me.
Yeah, man. And that's a great thing. A lot of people can just learn from everyone. That's
Right.
the great thing about,
Yeah.
having these shows. Because someone actually said it straight up, like, Matt, I can't wait for your next show. And Dog Knight actually says it right now. He's glad that I got you on, because everyone can like learn from other people, no matter like how they're growing. There's
100%.
tons of different ways to grow. So I may be able to incorporate something into my setup that you're doing. It doesn't have to be exactly how you're doing it, but we can all do the shit together. And that's the beautiful thing about it, right?
100%. There's just a lot of like, misinformation out there. I see it all the time. I get attacked. Oh, but I was in Vegas right after I won the candy battle, walking with my wife, wearing my Athena hat. Some random dude looked at me and he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, I thought he knew me or something. So I was like, "Oh, what's up?" And he's like, "Athena, bro. Kills the terps, gives you cardboard terps." And I just looked at him like, and my wife's like, "Why don't you stop and tell him?" And I was like, "Babe, I'm hungry. I don't got time for that shit. I'm not about to sit here and just explain to because it's just a common thing. There's so much of that out there where people are just like, oh, salts are bad for plants. And that's total misinformation. So I would just say to anybody who feels that way, do a little bit more research and you'll find that there's a lot of truth in what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is so true, man. And like I keep saying, man, shout out to everyone in the chat. I'm seeing some people growing organic, some people growing synthetic, some people mixing the two and going synganic.
You can absolutely do that. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways you guys can do that, man. And I'm also seeing that, my homie Smoking Joe says, "What's up? What up, Smoking Joe?" We got a lot of ICANN VIP Bean Club homies in the chat. I've seen tons of packages already dropping in the chat. But I got a question came in from Miss K's Garden, and she's always here showing love, man. So I got to ask it, what's your medium, bro? Do you run in like organic living soil or cocoa?
Currently, I run can of cocoa.
Okay.
100% cocoa.
Okay, nice, man. So do you like have to supplement with CalMag or anything like that? Like what sort of nutrients do you feed?
I run the Athena Pro line. It has all that in there already.
Got
like
you.
their core product has, enough calcium in there to feed what I need. Between the, just following the program, I have my little adjustments to it. I won't say I follow the program 100%, but I don't use any other additives. I just run Athena stuff. That's it. Just the Pro line.
Yeah, I got you, man. And man, that seems to be working, because what I found is that once you're running something, no matter what it is, no matter who makes it, once you find what works, man, it's going to work. Like you can spend a while like looking around. Like right now, I'm switching between lines. I'm sort of looking around still. So I'm sort of in that in-between phase. But once you find it, like I'm certain I'm going to find it soon. But once you do, you'll be dialed in for good, and you don't got to change much.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I mean, when I first started running nutrients, I used to mix my own stuff like perlite, vermiculite. I was making my own organic soil mixtures 20 years ago. I went from that to Canna. I used to run Floraflex, all kinds. I tried all kinds of nutrients out
Everything.
there. I ran Athena, and that was just it for me. I was like, yeah, this is it.
Interesting, man. I haven't actually run Athena myself, and I see him all the time. I always, reach out to him at trade shows and stuff like that, but I haven't actually run it just yet. So maybe I'm gonna have to give it a try and see how that works, man. Because if you're pulling some of that fire, bro,
I recommend using it in cocoa. I don't recommend using it in soil. I recommend using it in some inert media, whether it be cocoa, rock wool, hydro. I don't recommend it in soil because salts have a tendency to build, and you want to be able to constantly give your plants runoff. To where that salt's not building in the media.
I got you, man. So guys, definitely, like I said, check him out on Instagram. He's growing some of that fire. I'm gonna put a link in the description once that video goes up. But guys, definitely check that shit out because he's growing some of that danky dank. But I had another question which came in, man, from one of my other ICANN VIP Bean Club homies. Shout out to Despicable Dabs for that contribution, brother. Hit the dang like button, man. If you guys hit that, you guys aren't high. So you guys got to hit that fucking like button, man. But my homie Growing with the Vet, ICANN VIP Bean Club fam, he says, do you also look for certain male phenotypes, or how does that work?
Yeah, when I'm breeding, looking for breeding stock, absolutely. And I look for males the same way I do. I look for female structure, vigor, size, how fast they flower, how fast they veg. Like it all translates to the same in their progeny. So, I'm just looking for those strong traits like, thick, healthy branches, big, healthy leaves, fast veg. Those are the things I'm looking for out of males mostly. How do they flower? Does, the nodes look nice and stacked together? Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I got you, bro. And that makes a lot of sense because like those males are probably like the foundation for like your breeding projects and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. You're looking for the same traits that you do in me for females, and even aroma. Males will give you aromas when they're flowering, so you can look for all that stuff.
Okay, I got you, man. And like when it comes to like actually maximizing your yield, is that something that's important to you, or is it more about the quality and the end product?
I look for both. So the first thing I look for is flavor profile, and then I try to check the other boxes from there.
Okay.
Yield, I'm a little, anything between 2 and 3 a light, that's a keeper. As long as it checks all the other boxes as well. So yeah, yield can be a something that's a disqualifier as well. If it's too low, no matter how good the flower is, I probably won't keep it.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting, man. And that makes a crazy reading of things. Like it's really interesting to hear how different people do things, man. And I'm really, really interested in like just finding out more. So when it comes to like actually selecting some of those males and some of those females, right? How do you decide? Okay, I'm going to pick this one to sort of cross with this one. Like,
I just think in my head what I'm looking for traits, characteristics. Like let's say I have this pheno, this Dante's 8 cross with RS11.
Okay.
It looks, it's got the crazy super triked out look. It's really chunky, hits 3 a light plus easily, but it's lacking slightly in the terp area. So what I would do now is cross that with my terpiest phenos and see if I can find something in between that's got the traits of the Dantes with the flavor over here.
Yeah, so you don't like lose that Dante in a way, right?
Right.
I gotcha. Okay, that's fucking dope, man. That's dope. I fuck with that a lot. Okay,
and it
man.
doesn't always come out that way. Sometimes you might find something totally crazy different. Genetics are fun like that. So it's always the thrill of the hunt. Yeah.
I love the hunt, bro. Like you can't beat the hunt. A good old hunt, ain't nothing can beat it, bro.
Exactly.
Literally.
I love hunting females.
Crazy as it sounds, man, I've actually never had anyone come onto the show before and say that, bro. Like, why hasn't anyone ever said that before, bro? Like, that is great. I love that, man. Okay, dude. I do want to ask you, brother, because like you're winning these awards with that flower, and a big part of getting that dank flower, that award-winning flower, is that proper dry and cure. Like that's the most important step for a lot of people, bro. So tell me a little bit about your dry and cure process, man. Like for someone who's constantly messing up, not myself necessarily, but someone else who may be tuned in right now who's constantly having problems, what would you say to them?
So I'll play back onto that false narrative that salts give you cardboard terps, and in my opinion, what it is a lot of that stuff is growers rushing things to market, rushing the dry and cure process, destroying the terp profiles in order to make money, or having things sitting around too long, oversaturated. Shit's been sitting in a bin for 6 months, 8 months, a year before it actually hits the shelves. The flower's not going to be any good, dude. I don't care what you say. So, or it's not going to be nearly as good as it was that first month, the first 60 days, that's when you really want to consume that shit. When you start getting longer than that, you get a diminishing quality.
Yeah.
So for me, I like to dry 65 for 10 to 14 days. And it really I constantly go in there, and I'm checking for brittle. I don't like my branches to be brittle to where they're completely snapping, but I like the bend to have a little break, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you bend it, you get a little snap, a little break, but it doesn't completely break off. And there's still some moisture in the flower. That's when you want to totally just do the final trim and either put it in your curing jar for whatever you're going to do, or I like to completely vacuum seal that shit and just leave it.
Okay. Straight up, like right off the rip.
Leave it until and then maybe burp that vacuum bag like once a week. You know what I'm saying? Or once every couple of weeks, and just leave it completely sealed, bro. And that maintain freshness for I found for up to like 2 to 3 months. You can maintain freshness. Right.
That's crazy. I think the only other person who I've ever heard say that was Mr. Goodbuds, bro. And he said he vacuum seals his flower like off the rip, and that's crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. After that 14 days, I vacuum, so that maintains the best freshness, in my opinion. Because of that, what's killing the terp the terps are dissipating, they're evaporating. When you vacuum seal, you're locking everything in, you're holding it in that state, better than if it's just sitting in a jar, or even worse if it's just sitting out or in a turkey bag or something where, those terps are going to dissipate and it's going to lose flavor over time. So by vacuum sealing, you're really locking that flavor in for an extended period of time, and you can keep your flower fresher longer.
I got you, man. Now that is a pro tip, guys. So you guys could definitely try that out. See if it works for you, because I know I'm going to give that a try. I'm about to buy a vacuum sealer right now, bro.
Right. When you want to make sure it's dry, like don't do it when it's too wet. Like, like I said, make sure the branches got some snap to them when you're bending them, or even some break. That's perfect. And the flower has some sponginess to it. I grow really dense flowers, so my stuff tends to hold moisture well.
Okay, I got you.
If you really just want to be able to check your moisture levels, like I said, anywhere 10 to 14 days, 65 is perfect in my opinion.
Okay, I got you. I did want to touch on that as well, man, because a lot of people, hear it for a long time. A lot of people have been hearing, the good old myth or whatever people want to say it is. You got to wait for the branch to snap when you're drying. You got to wait. But
I think
for me, I found it's a little bit too long. I found, you want to, like you mentioned, the bendy break. I wait for the bendy break, but not for the snap. And a lot of people just think, I got to wait for it to snap.
You want it to have a little snap when you bend it, but you don't want it to be able to totally, because then it's usually the flower's too dry.
Yeah.
So definitely keep some moisture in there. And then also that keeps, in my opinion, just the right amount of moisture, like that between 60-65% humidity is going to keep the freshness the longest.
Yeah.
Drier than that, it's going to dissipate faster.
I got you. Well, that's what's up, guys. So definitely hit that like, man. See how many likes you can get, because we got MileHighDave on here breaking down how he grows some of his award-winning flowers. So you guys can incorporate this into your own setup at home, man. So hit that like. Shout out to Growing with the Vet, my homie Big Vic in the house. Now, man, we always have a special segment on the show, brother, where it's called Know Your Bud segment. And everybody that comes onto the show, I like to say is my bud. So I like to find out what you do with your bud. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, bro. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just going to throw a few questions at you. It's almost like multiple choice back in fucking high school, bro. Right? All you got to do is tell me what's your preference, and that's it.
I got you.
Alrighty, man. Okay, let's do it, man. So when you're picking your flowers, man, you decided you got a bunch of packs. Are you going to grab some femmes or some regs?
Femmes for sure.
Interesting, man. That's interesting. Coming from I assume because you do little breeding projects and stuff like that, you definitely say regs. Interesting. All right,
for sure. I prefer to grow femmes over regs, because regs can be, it's a lot more labor intensive to grow regs and have a room full of females.
Yeah, that is true. I feel you
grow regs if you're strictly looking for something to breed with. Yeah, cool. Yeah. But if I'm looking for phenos to hunt, I'm growing femmes.
Interesting, man. Okay, so you got your flower, you picked your femmes, and you got all the way to harvest, bro. We were just talking about dry and cure, right? Are you going to do a wet trim or a dry trim?
Wet trim always. I don't have time for trimming, pulling sticky leaves off of buds and shit, man. Fuck all that.
Man, I did not expect that answer, bro. The house is burning. I love it, man.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, and people can say whatever you want to argue about. I'm not arguing about none of that shit. Listen, when it comes down to time saver, wet trim all day. And I don't see any diminished quality whatsoever. So, there it is.
Man, and you're winning these awards with this stuff, man. These techniques, I thought I would have guessed. I thought I would have known how you run it all that. I thought you were growing organic. I thought I knew everything. I didn't know nothing, bro. I really didn't, bro. Okay, next one.
Genetics play a big part in a quality pheno,
True.
And I you know what I noticed too is a lot. I see a lot of people try to win or enter contests with other people's phenos, this person, this breeder's this, or this person that, or this breeder cut of this breeder. I don't believe in that personally. I think if your best chances of entering a contest or winning a contest is going to be something different, something unique, something brand new, because you can find a lot of things that are similar, but they're all unique.
Yeah.
Down to the little nuances. Like I said, there's all these gelatos, but they all have their little nuances that make them different, from the way they smoke to the way they taste to the way they look, and the way they smell. So, I'm always looking, for something different.
I got you, bro, and that's what I like, man. Okay, so you wet trimmed your flower, you got all the way to harvest, you popped in that vacuum seal, and you're ready to bust it open now, and you're ready to just take a sample, bro. What are you gonna do? You gonna grab a bong or you gonna grab a joint? Which one?
So normally I don't even smoke my own flower unless unless it's like harvest time and I'm sampling phenos, that's when I smoke it and I try it out. But I'm a dab guy. I love to take
Straight up.
yeah, dabs all day for me. I don't really smoke too many joints or blunt. I mean, I'm old, bro. You know, I just turned 46. You know, I've been smoking blunt. I was smoking blunts 26, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, a clean dab right now is like just as good as to me is a lot healthier than smoking, you know, a quarter a day, which is what it would take for me to get the same effects of like a half gram of like solid rosin.
Yeah, and you get those tastes. They're so good from those dabs, bro.
Flavor too. I love the flavor of like really good rosin. So don't get me wrong. But if it comes down to smoking flowers, definitely a joint.
Fucking hell, brother. You caught me, brother. You definitely caught me on that. I'm gonna have to give you a round of applause, dude. I thought I knew this guy. I really ain't know nothing, bro. No, guys, we got 300 people in the chat right now. 300 people tapped in. Everyone hit that motherfucking like, man. But okay, bro. So you're gonna you kind of ran on to my next question, right? So if you had to pick between hitting vapes, are you going to do that or are you going to go for some edibles?
Yeah, it's dabs for sure. I don't even really eat edibles. So yeah, dabs daily for me.
Okay, so you don't eat edibles, right? But if you are stoned, man, and you're going into the kitchen, bro, right, you're going to grab your munchies, salty snack or sweet snack?
Probably candy snack, man. Like give me
candy.
Yeah, I'm not into the salty shit.
I feel you. Same.
Yeah, my wife might like that, but
my wife too, bro. Literally, she's on the salty stuff.
Yeah, I don't do. But yeah, the sweet snacks all day for me. Like I like candy, bro. Down to from my flour to my snacks. I like the candy flavors.
Got you, bro.
You know, like I'll go for some rainbow belts or some shit like that. And not the flour, the candy.
I feel you. I'm gonna smoke the candy. I'm gonna smoke the flour and then eat the candy.
Yeah, the rosin is really good too. Rainbow belts. That's some of my favorite rosin. Like
it's always such a good segment, man. Like so many people dropping what they prefer in the chat right now as well, man. You guys, you keep on interacting, man. We love that stuff. Okay, this is one of the last ones, man. So you can only pick one, brother. Wake and bake or nightcap?
Wake and bake.
Ooh, straight off the rip. He didn't even think about it.
To me in the morning, bro. I wake, so you might catch me down in the kitchen taking dabs at 3 a.m. like dead ass. Like if I can't sleep, sometimes I can't sleep. You know, I got a little insomnia, a couple dabs, I'm right back out.
Bro's got the dab rig next to his nightstand, bro.
Yeah, bro. He hangs out in my kitchen. Like, oh, you want to see Jeffrey real quick? Hold on.
Oh shit, let's see Jeffrey, brother. I gotta keep on my nightstand as well, bro. But you know, guys know I love a J, so I got the J next to me. But personally, them dabs, you could taste it so
this
good.
Is Jeffrey, man. The giraffe.
This is Jeffrey. Man, look at Jeffrey, bro. That's a proper rig. I thought you were gonna pull out like an E-rig or something, but that's a proper rig, bro. That is dope.
Oh, let me get in front. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we got it, man. That is dope. And look, it's a literal giraffe, bro.
Yeah, Jeffrey,
Jeffrey, bro. That's pretty hard. And he's got a stand with legs too.
A bong.
That's dope. That is actually dope. Okay, so I see you're a real dabber, man. But okay,
me and Jeffrey, we roll tight.
Y'all roll tight. I like that. Now you. How can I put this, man? You did mention that you don't smoke J's and rip bowls anymore, and you were smoking blunts for a long time. So you're sitting out here on this show with me right now, and 20-year-old you kicks through that door, right? And he looks at you right now and challenges you to a smoke off. Who's gonna win? You gonna smoke 20-year-old you off, or who's gonna win that battle?
I smoke more dabs than 20-year-old me, so I might put him to sleep.
Yeah, those big rips.
My tolerance is high, but 20 years ago, we didn't have rosin like we got now.
Yeah, so, I feel you on that.
My tolerance is pretty high.
I feel you on that. And then that's a thing that a lot of people actually overlook, though. Like, them dabs and shit, man. Those percentages be crazy. I'm talking like 70, 80% and shit like that.
Yeah. I think if I took a 20-year-old me takes like 2-3 dabs, I'm going to sleep, especially if I hadn't dabbed before. Like I'm taking a nap for sure.
Man, I love that, man. Well, that's a great thing about the Know Your Bud segment, man. Everyone's different, and we always get to know everyone, a little bit better, bro. So thanks a lot for that, man. I really appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah, man. We got a lot of people in the chat right now who are doing the same thing, just dropping their preferences, man. And it's freaking awesome. Shout out to everyone tapped in right now, man. Now, before we actually close off, man, one of the last things I did want to ask you, was just about, the trophies and awards. It's inspirational to a lot of people, bro. A lot of people, they look at someone like just a homegrown, like you said yourself, just a regular guy, not a famous person or anything like that, but you're growing some great dank. So how does it feel to just be an inspiration and also be recognized for growing some great flower at these events? Your hard work, it actually fucking pays off, bro.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of surreal.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd be an inspiration to anybody in this life. So for anybody to, look up to me, I'm extremely humbled by that. But at the same time, I'm also more focused than I've ever been in my life, which is where my drive comes from. So I would say to anybody out there, don't ever think that you can't accomplish what you want at any stage in your life, because like I said, I just turned 46 and, people are just hearing my name now. So it's never too late to accomplish your dreams. And believe it or not, this is a fucking lifelong dream for me to be known in the cannabis or in this space as one of, the best or the best. I would love to one day. That's my ultimate goal. I don't think I'm anywhere near there now, but I would love to be there someday.
Yeah. Like big ups, man, because that is like, like I said, like, it takes a lot of people to, come out of their shell and do stuff like that. And it's never too late. Some people literally say, oh, well, I'm however old, I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60. It's too late to do that. I can't do that now. But never say that, bro. Just keep on pushing it. I'm seeing Keith Committee in the chat right now. He says, I look up to you, bro. So, big ups to you and just shout out to you on that, man, because, you're an inspiration to many. And, I think we touched on a lot of things, and just to round it all off, bro, for everyone who wants to get in touch with you, find out what you got going on, just definitely see some of that dank flower that you're growing, bro. Where can they do that, man?
On Instagram. I mean, that's the easiest way. MileHighDave 420. Yeah. I have cuts available to anything you see on my page. So if you're a grower or a facility manager, or you're, a large grow and you're looking for genetics, I definitely have them for you. I will say the price ain't cheap, but I got stuff that no one else has if you're looking for something unique and special.
That's what's up, man. And there's definitely some stuff that's worth a try. So winning competition about here. And I just got to say real quick, bro, you did say you're 46, bro, but I got to say, bro, dude, you ain't look a day under 30, bro. Like straight up, man.
I get that shit all the time. Trust me.
I've seen people dropping in the chat right now too, bro. So Despicable Dabs, he said, man, 46, he's capping. Dude,
I get it all the time. Trust me. I like people think I'm way younger than
Shout out to you for sure, man. And XCal also says 46 looks smooth on you, man. So I think you capping, bro. I think you definitely,
I promise you, 1977.
That black don't crack, bro.
I promise you.
That Caribbean blood rung.
Yeah, that's strong, what man. It is, bro. You are a bad man thing. Don't know.
Bad man thing. Now I'm talking about you. I like that, man. Alrighty, man. Well, it was a great fucking time hanging out with you, bro. Thanks a lot for coming on to the show, man. And I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Heck yeah, man. And on behalf of everyone tuning in, everyone that'll watch it afterwards, man, really appreciate you taking the time to come on and hang out with us, break down, some of that fire flower, and, just tell us a little bit more about how you grow that flower and learn a little bit more about you, bro. So thanks a lot for that, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Heck yeah, man. Well, guys, hit that like, smash that like. If you ain't smashed it yet, you're going to have a problem, and I don't want you guys to have no problems. But most importantly, before we head out, you guys got to stay high and stay motherfucking fly. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.
Finish it.